Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It is about almost 7:30 and it is about 39 degrees, getting close to 40. Yeah, with a real feel of 40. Well, here's the deal. Today's high is supposed to be 46, with a real feel of 40. I believe it. I have no doubt whatsoever it's that cold. Alright. We are 4 chapters from the end of this book, finally. Feels like we've been doing this forever. I don't know. Anyway, chapter 8 is Transforming Energy, Global Smart Grid. Alright. I think we know what a smart grid is. It's just another way to control people who are not at the top of the totem pole for elitist. It monitors how much energy you use 24/7, and then it charges you accordingly. Now, we've all heard about the fires out in California, but here's something to think about. All these fires are happening to houses that have smart meters. All of them. And Melissa and Aaron Dykes did a video a couple years ago about their experience with a power company when they wanted to go back to an analog meter. That they would actually have to the power company would have to get off their butts, come out and read. They had smart meter, then they both started, listeners started getting headaches. I mean, really bad headaches. There was this constant buzzing noise that absolutely drove people batty. But they kept, her and her son kept having headaches, and it was not an easy task to get that smart meter off their house and go back to analog. I will try to find that video and leave you a link. It's interesting to watch. Anyway, the network of things. Alright, I can remember when the internet started blowing up. I mean, really blowing up in the 90s. Up until 95, 96, people had no idea what this was. It was just something that the crazy Californians did. Sitting at home, do nothing, and surf the net, And then it was everywhere. I mean, all of a sudden, everywhere. Every home had internet. First, it was dial-up, and that was a pain in the ass. Because it was like you had to turn your sound off, so you didn't hear the noise. It just drove people nuts. And eventually they got broadband. It was faster, without doubt. It was much more efficient. And then came Wi-Fi. Even faster and more efficient than broadband was designed to be. I mean, that was everywhere. Here we are 20 years later, and we are into 5G, which has been shown to be a pain. I mean, literally cause headaches, body aches through your nervous system. So, alright, I'm going to be honest with you. I have used some of these delivery services. I have used Grove. I have used Chewy.com. We're going to be using Walmart pretty soon, now that I don't have a car. And it's going to be, I guess you say, handy. We won't have to get out in the cold if we don't really need to. Excuse me again. We will be using Amazon I actually ordered Antonio a copy of To Kill a Mockingbird off Amazon. It'll be here today by 9 o'clock. So there you go. Alright. Now, Mr. Wood goes into very technical terms here. I'm not going to, okay? One is I don't get it. I just know it works. Now, here's the deal. RFDI, radio frequency identification. Now, that I do understand. Every time you get like a credit card or a bank card, it's got like a little metal chip. See, mine is like on the right side of the card on both of them, and that's what they read now. If all else fails, you still got that strip on the back. But all the machines want you to put your card in, it reads the clip, the chip, boom, done. So, now here's the problem with these smart meters. Your internal appliances can be reached by their assigned pseudo addresses that are known only within your home. This is a semi-manual process, totally blocks technocrat dream of controlling everything automatically via remote software. My cousin, I love Connie dearly, her refrigerator will call Sears if there's a problem. It'll call. It will notify. It won't let her know. It'll let them know. Why is this handy? Well, let's see. Most people, if they're lucky enough to have a full-time job with benefits, good. That's great. But most people spend most of their lives bouncing between 2 part-time jobs, possibly even 3. Now, with that said, this is why refrigerators have been designed to call companies when there's a problem. Alright. Here is a company you need to watch out for. The PNNL, Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. They develop stuff like grid-friendly appliances controller. The main word there is controller. Not to control the wealthier bunch, but us. He goes on and talks about the smart grid. Well, my question is, if these smart meters are so damn smart, why are they catching on fire? That's my question. Now, here's the 1 leader in the planetary. Eventually, governments want to be linked. Just linked in together. 1 leader in this planetary smart grid is the Global Energy Network Institute, GENI. Now, Dynoxum is a company you watch out for. They are the ones creating a global grid. Now, here's another bunch of lovely people that I'd like to schedule for a meeting with the Grim Reaper. World Economic Forum and Climate Change. You got GENI, then you have the World Economic Forum bunch. That's your aristocrats usually from Europe. They're the ones that are screwing up the economy. They're totally trashing bank systems left and right. Yeah, but we keep going to these people. The IEEE Standards Association, okay. Institute of Electrical and Electronics 'It's basically a group of electrical engineers. and they are an institute. Well, then why the hell can't we institutionalize them? Is what I like to know. The negative aspects of a smart grid are seldom mentioned. Like I talked about, people are starting to have health issues from it. Carbon currency, it's kind of like a currency that is based on what you use in energy. Transition is the network of European technocrats was formed in 2005 as an autonomous research and social movement that aims to explore and develop both the theory and design of technocracy. Basically, they want to take what we already have and really elevate it to another level. Modern proposal. Because of the connection between the environment movement, global warming, and the technocrat concepts of energy certificates, one would expect that carbon currency would be suggested from a particular community. In fact, it was the case in think of it as being able to control. Again, just control everything we do, we talk about, we see. Occasionally, these hear a certain word, and they'll go nuts. This, you know, you got Google trying to offer you things that you didn't even ask it for. Hell, you weren't even talking to it. You know? One of those things. Technocracy, an energy card prototype. They've been working on this since 1937. Howard Scott wrote in the Technocracy magazine described an energy distribution card in great detail. Now, here's something to think about. While these guys are trying to create a way to keep everybody on the same choke collar, Nikola Tesla had figured out how to harvest energy and send it to every house for $0. Of course, his funds dried up, and he said that, and I think like a year or two later, he was dead. They didn't want to hear that. No. So the carbon market players, oh, these are always some lovely folks to deal with. Oh, well, that's the end of that chapter. But at J.P. Morgan, the woman who originally invented credit default swaps, Blythe Masters, is now head of the department that will trade carbon credits for the bank. Now, the modern system of carbon credits was an invention of the Kyoto Protocol, started to gain momentum in 2002. They've been pushing this ever since. So, basically they want to put us on a carbon currency, which will be a lot like a fiat currency, only it will have to do with our energy use and consumption. Next month is going to be our favorite subject, the biggest joy of our days, the total surveillance society. Yahoo! Let me ride that horse. Anyway, I will leave you a link to the book, so you can go get it. I'm telling you, it's good. It's been better than I thought. Now, there are some things that you may understand and you may not. I don't know. Hey. Oh, excuse me. Again, you may come away with it with a whole different perspective. I look forward to hearing that. I'll see you later.